Hey Beer Nuts, it's me, Catherine, and I wanted to remind you that April is Autism Awareness Month. Every year, 1 in every 45 children is diagnosed with autism, and that number continues to rise. I am the proud mother of 2 children on the autism spectrum and a fierce advocate for early intervention. Early intervention is the detection of autism characteristics in children before the age of 3. Interventions like speech, occupational, and behavior therapies can greatly boost the development of children with autism. To find out more about the characteristics of autism and what to look for, go to autismspeaks.org and click Learn the Signs. If you think your child might be exhibiting signs of autism, seek out interventions in your area. Start with your child's pediatrician and keep going. You are your child's only advocate. Early intervention works. My children are proof, because the earlier you know, the more they'll grow.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, welcome to episode 27 of the She's Crafty podcast. I'm sitting in Big Hops Bitters. It is 12:14 and I have a beer, and that makes me super, super happy. My friend Nina is here to be my guest co-host because I think Catherine has like explosive diarrhea or something. That's what I've heard.
Oh, good nooner. Yes.
Yeah. I tried to get her to put just like a Wi-Fi and a microphone in the bathroom, but she said the feedback was really bad.
Yeah, and the sound effects might be a little,
Yeah. It's right up our alley, though. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm also sitting here with Michelle from Karbach. I see you all around San Antonio. You're everywhere. And I always think that like you have a twin because you're in like 5 places at one time.
I do have a clone.
Yes.
You know, I've got about 5 or 6 actually. That's why I'm everywhere all at once.
I knew there was something fishy going on. And we also have Eric Warner from Karbach. Can I call you guys Karbach? Is that too informal?
We have people mispronounce our name all the time.
Yeah, and I haven't even had a beer yet.
Maybe that's the problem.
Damn it.
What's the most mispronounced way that you hear? Karbach?
Karbach or Karbash.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Karbach.
Which the Karbach I get, but the bash, I mean, that's SH, not CH. I mean, and it's not like it's somebody from, who's a non-native speaker.
Right.
It's native English speakers who are, it's like, can you not read that?
I feel like that's a real bro-y thing. We were just talking about dude bros. Is that like a really bro-y way to say Karbach? Like Karbach.
Could be. I see where you're going with that. It's funny. My son, a year ago, we were in Turks and Caicos, and we made fun of him because he kept calling it Turks and Caicos. And we're like, oh, you coming from down under, mate? And he couldn't we kept correcting him. Like, we were there for a week, and finally, by the end of the trip, he was able to pronounce it, the common way we pronounce it. So I think people just have, a block like it. It's like Chipotle, the restaurant. But I say, I contend that is the hallmark of a good name, is a little bit of mispronounceability.
Oh, yeah.
Because it gets conversation going. It gets people sort of thinking about how to pronounce it. So
And once they do pronounce it, they feel like a super fan.
that's
They
right.
say, I know the correct way.
Yeah.
Well, what's our
pronounce it.
T-shirt say that our marketing guy came up with?
Is it the Karbach one?
It's the one with the
I love
the
that.
car
Yes.
and box face.
Yes.
It says Karbach, say it, drink it.
Yes.
Because he got so upset by people mispronouncing him. He's like, damn it, I am going to do a shirt that drives this home.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
that was the most horrible, audio piece that I just did because I said, oh, is that the Karbach one? And I did 2 things with my hands and nobody can see
visual.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's the Karbach t-shirt, Brandi. Thank you. Yeah. Oh.
Now, I didn't do my research. Sorry. Where does the Karbach name come from?
So our brewery is located on Karbach Street in Houston. And so the real true story is we all could not agree on the name, and we sort of defaulted to that. That was kind of a conservative default, but the spin story we tell, to which there is a lot of truth to, is that the original founders, the two primary founders of the brewery, the money guys, they had a beer distribution company called C.R. Goodman, which they sold.
There, right?
It was statewide. It became statewide,
Right.
but the Houston branch was located in that building on Karbach Street.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, Ken and Chuck brought in all kinds of good craft beer back in the late 80s and 90s into Houston and kind of turned Houston on to good craft beer. So we're continuing that legacy with the brewery. And, it again, kind of going back to, I think a lot about this, and my wife's a linguist. A cunning linguist.
Oh, wow. I think I saw that on SNL one time.
So she actually, did naming projects for a while. So, and there's a couple of good elements to it, a couple syllables, so that kind of hard ending, if you pronounce it correctly.
Karbach.
Depending on how many beers you've had, the name probably changes.
Sounds a little German, which kind of works well for Texas. And, that interestingly spills over a little bit into our products. We have a lot of Germanness to what we do with our seasonals for sure. The Z-Pills, the Karbachtoberfest, the Mother and Lager, all traditionally made lagers, and then the vice versa, and then of course the Love Street. So it works, and it's just kind of evolved. And now, at first we were a little like, okay, this is like our default name, but we love it, and it fits great and works perfect.
Now, speaking of names, how long have you held the title of Yeast Rancher? I feel like that is a hardcore title right there.
Yeah, I just to have a little fun when we founded the brewery, I said, okay, that's going to be my title.
That's amazing.
And really, that's the one element with brewing that I think people who aren't in the brewing industry don't have a deep appreciation for, is that there's a lot of things that you can control with process and automate and replicate. But yeasts are very complex organisms. They're used a lot in genetic research because they have 16 chromosome pairs. We have 23. You think, okay, this simple little one-celled organism.
Right.
But there's and of course, the benefit in research is they generationally they replicate so frequently that you can see how genetic mutations carry through in a matter of weeks or months versus hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So it is the biggest part of what we do and focus on to get our beers as consistent as possible, is managing the health of the yeast. And it's hard to get the exact same amount of yeast into every brew.
Why is that?
Well, part of it we are going to solve technologically with a yeast propagation system and a better way of kind of measuring the amount of yeast we put in. But right now we kind of do it volumetrically, and it's somewhat of an estimate.
So,
and because the yeast will sort of, so it settles out in the fermenter and it compacts at the bottom of the fermenter. Well, that compaction rate can be different depending on how long it's been settled on the bottom.
Gotcha.
Just some of the other dynamics of what's going on in that tank. So you don't always get the same density of yeast, per gallon or whatever.
Does that per like a style of beer or whatever beer? Say we're drinking staycation right now. Does that mean maybe a different batch of staycation is going to taste a little different, or does it?
Yeah. I mean, most of it is stuff that I think the majority of consumers aren't going to pick up on, but we definitely pick up on it in our internal tastings, and it's not good versus bad. It's just different sort of. Fermentation byproducts are going to come to the fore in one batch and not so in the other one. A lot of that's mitigated, of course, in the dry hop beers because you put all these hops in and it sort of masks some of the esters and aromatic alcohols that are produced during fermentation. So you're going to pick up those differences more readily on light lagers than you will a dry hopped imperial stout.
Yeah. Oh wow. Well, I guess it was like 2-3 years ago maybe. I was down at the beach. I'm telling my Karbach story, okay?
There is a point to the story.
There's a point to the story. I'm just like, I was at the beach and I had a great time. Next.
Beautiful, sunny.
Yeah,
Yay.
it was great. Yeah, I'm doing an advertisement for Port Aransas. So we were down there, we were with family, and we were classic Lone Star drinkers. I mean, all the time. We just would take however much we could fill in the big, because you need a fuck ton of Lone Star if you're going to get drunk, and we wanted to get drunk at the beach. Mm-hmm. We had our kids, don't judge us. There were old, there were grandparents there.
Pick up my daughter.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Were they drinking Lone Star?
No, they were drinking juice packs, bitch.
Right, just the watered down version of Lone Star.
Yes. So my friend Devin, she brought, it was the first Karbach I had seen, and she had Weekend Warrior and she had Hopadillo. And I remember, I don't remember which one it was at that time, but over the weekends, she would come back to the beach because we used to go all the time because my husband's parents had a travel trailer down there. She would always bring a new Karbach. We were like, oh my God, it's so good. And so you get those super fans. I feel like every time something new's coming out, they're bringing it and they're bringing it around their friends. So, because the only thing besides Lone Star that we would occasionally drink is Shiner, and we felt really fucking cool whenever we drank Shiner. We thought, oh my gosh, I'm drinking a dark beer. And, but Karbach really was one of the first true craft beers that me and my husband fell in love with, and it made us start trying other stuff. And it was tastes that I had never tasted before, the Hopadillo. Holy shit! I mean, there's so much of the aroma and flavor of the hops in there that I said, oh, I can try this stuff. I didn't know what an IPA. Somebody said it was from India. I'm like, what are you talking about?
An IPA?
Yeah.
An IPA?
What's IPA, please? IPA? Yes. Yeah. I thought you could only get that shit at World Market. I didn't know what was going on. So it kind of comes back around because right before we started recording, Eric, I know you're asking what kind of themes we have and what do we do. So we started, and my co-host also, Catherine, that's not here, and Nina's filling in today. We started as novices and rookies. So we knew that we loved the taste of craft beer. We started trying a bunch of local stuff. We would go to events. And then we decided, we want to learn more about it, which I think happens very often. Craft beer drinkers, once they get into it, they want to learn about what they're drinking.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So we started this podcast, and we've been documenting our journey. So, and we're horribly cruel, comedic women. So at first, I think people just listened because we were smart asses. But we always try to fill it in with a little bit of beer education along the way. And we kind of have this journey that people can, if they listen from episode 1 on, when we were literally asking about very simple things in the brew process. Now we're talking about, learning about what it means to be dry hopped. We're learning about yeast and the fermentation process and how much is going. It's just really cool to be here and sitting with Eric Warner from Karbach and Michelle and Nina. Mm-hmm. Nina, I'm so happy you're here. No, but
I'm still learning.
Still learning. And that's why you're perfect that you're here. So thank you for being here, because this is it's kind of this little marker in our journey, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Well, glad to be a part of it. And so the question that pops in my mind, do you still drink Lone Star?
Every once in a while I do.
Okay.
Because I'm not, I don't, okay, let's give this a specific thing. 2 weeks ago we were at a party, right? And we're not beer snobs. If we're at a party and they've got Lone Star, we're going to drink some Lone Star. If we go to the river with our friends and they brought Lone Star, we're not going to be beer snobs and tell them oh no. And so we kicked back, but I was like, oh, I think, did this used to have more flavor?
I think that's what happens with drinking so much craft beer nowadays. Yes. When you drink something so it seems simple, like Lone Star, you don't have these flavors that we do now with the craft.
It's the same as cheese. Yeah. When I was growing up, I used to take that slice, the craft cheese, and unwrap it and stick it on my sandwich. And I thought oh, I love cheese. I would even eat that cheese after school. I'd go hit it up and get a piece.
Craft singles.
Yes. Now it's disgusting.
Shiny and like waxy. Ugh.
But if I'm at a friend's house and they've only got the shiny waxy cheese, I'm gonna put that shit on my sandwich because I love sandwiches.
No, with cheese, I'll just skip the cheese.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think with the craft brew coming in, especially with San Antonio, it's still new to us.
Yeah.
That it opens up these so many just flavors that you're just so not used to. We're used to just the high school parties.
The warm Bud Light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bud Light or Lone Star or, whatever.
When I was in high school, it was Milwaukee's Best.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Well, we
guess
won't
we had-
get into the MD 2020.
Oh, yeah. I remember puking that up quite a few times. Or like
Boone's Farm, shout
Boone's
out.
Farm. Oh, yeah. I remember puking that up, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
I was actually just
Strawberry Hill, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
I was
showed up with
just in a
that?
store the other day, and the lady was asking if they had any. She had 5 bottles in her cart, and she was asking if they had any more.
Really?
So was she like an old granny who never outgrew that, or was this somebody younger?
I mean,
Or was this someone
I would have
that's
to
throwing
say
their daughter
late 30s,
at
early
home?
40s.
Wow.
Maybe.
Wow.
I mean,
Maybe she has like
Hey.
some special sangria recipe or something she uses it
Or
for.
maybe she's
Maybe.
throwing
I guess I shouldn't
a
judge, right?
reminiscent prom, Brandon.
Oh, see? Yes. We're thinking of throwing
did
a
you say
prom.
prom party?
Prom, yeah.
Prom?
So
Yep.
she's in her 40s. She's making booze for 18-year-olds.
Listen,
No, well-
no, she's throwing her own prom because some of us are sad still, Michelle.
Well, some of us still have some issues back in the day from
Yeah.
prom. So
Yeah.
we're thinking about redoing our own prom.
Yeah. I think you'd have to have some sort of Boone's Farm representation
Yeah,
there.
it was a staple back then.
Yeah.
I
think so.
I was a bad parent. I let
Yeah.
my oldest have a prom party at our house.
Yeah?
And
Was it
all kinds of
stressful?
bad shit. For my wife, it was, yeah.
Did you have boons?
There was booze in the house. There was booze. There was sex in our house.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Was it-
including my younger son who got blown by this girl. Yeah. So, of course, I find all this out the next morning. But here we are thinking we're like that, responsible,
Eric,
like.
it's so nice to meet you. Oh, shit. I thought we were going to lose a little flavor because Catherine's like the hype person. She like throws in the bombs, right?
Annie hasn't even had a beer yet with
Oh,
us.
my God. My face is so red.
I want to see what happens when we give you a few more beers.
I know.
I might still be drunk from
That
last
doesn't
night.
even
who
happen
knows?
with me. I'm like, holy shit. We normally, like, I'd say 7 out of 10 brewers that come on our podcast, we have to kind of get them out of their shell. Yeah, no, not Eric.
Well, and hanging out with Michelle for the last 24 hours, she kind of rubs off on me too.
yeah.
She's an energetic, outspoken
Yeah.
individual. That's why we love her.
Yeah, she's the classiest person that I know. I always see her in pearls and like little sweater sets. Yeah. Don't you have like the one with your name and Karbach monogrammed on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I
saw
like the fact
one.
that she's
And I
got the
tie it
pink,
over my
the
shoulder.
pink,
Yes.
the pink bows in her pigtails
I
today
know.
too. That's
it
a nice
looks really
touch.
cute. Yeah, you're very.
Hey, well, note to self, we got to make it to one of Eric's house parties.
I know, shit, right? Maybe without his kids there. Damn, I don't want to be responsible for that. Just like, ooh, sorry, he's getting blown again.
Or even worse, be the one to do it.
Oh, shit. I'd be sending Eric part of my divorce attorney bill if that happened. Because I don't think I would win after that.
Hey, well, that almost happened a couple of podcasts back. Did your husband listen to that one?
He listened to it and he's a good frame of mind. Funny little story. We found out basically in a nutshell, and if you want to listen, I'll put in the show notes which episode you can go back to. But Nina's husband, I used to have a crush on him in high school, and it did not blow him, but I wrote him a secret admirer letter that I didn't remember writing. Like, I must have blocked it out of my brain. So I thought I was all cool telling Nina, like, oh, guess what? This is so funny. I used to have a crush on your husband. She's like, yeah, you're a psycho bitch, and you wrote him a secret admirer letter. And I'm like,
4 pages long.
So
pages.
Does the letter still exist?
We're trying to find that out.
Oh, yes, we are.
We're going to need to pull in a handwriting expert because either I've blocked it out of my mind or there's some other bitch out there that's getting away with this and I don't like it.
Forensic handwriting.
4
We'll bring it up.
pages.
Yeah.
So there will be a
Wow.
follow-up to this.
Yeah.
So, and you two are still like besties. That's pretty.
No, we hate each other, actually. Yeah. She was holding something over my head, and I was holding. It was like this whole thing, and so I said, "You have to be here, or I'm going to murder your family." And yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
She blew someone.
Yeah. I know about you blowing that young boy. This is bad. It's horrible. Horrible.
That can be pretty damning, pretty incriminating. Yeah. Oh.
Well, speaking of blowjobs, we're having some Beermosas this morning. Is that a good segue? I've tried to always suck at segues.
I think it works.
All right. So tell us a little about who was the first one to make a Beermosa with this beer?
It actually came across to me, one of the bars that serves our beer. They said, hey, we're going to feature these staycation Beermosas for Easter. Like brunch kind of.
Yeah.
And I was kind of skeptical. Usually don't mix the beer and
Right.
stuff like that. And I'm a purist. I like my beer.
Yes. Yeah.
And I had gone in a couple of days later, and manager was like, hey, we still have some of the staycation on draft. Do you want to try it out? I said, sure, I'll try it. He made it for me. This is delicious.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
And so just last Sunday, I was doing another event, and I eternally spend my life hungover.
Yeah. It's one
Hazards of the job.
Yeah.
So, Saturday night had been pretty good, and Sunday morning I had an event, and I'll stop and get some orange juice.
Yeah.
Add it to the staycation for some Beermosas.
Yeah.
And a lot of really, I hate to call them beer snobs, but kind of some judgmental people that I didn't expect to embrace it.
Yeah.
Tasted it.
Yeah.
And this is so good. Oh my God.
Nice.
So, it's my hangover cure.
I really dig it. We'll do, I love mimosas, and we do a women's camp in the fall, and we do hungover yoga, and then everybody gets rewarded with mimosas. We're adding some staycation mimosas, Beermosas to this.
Beermosas.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I had enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. As Nina holds up her.
Well, why did you pour it on the floor?
You're getting it all over her new shoes. And did you see her new white suede shoes,
I know.
Nina?
And her pearls, her white pants over there and everything. I'm sorry.
That was
So
not the
I
pearl
have
necklace I was expecting Michelle to
A
have.
question. I'm a big michelada drinker. Do you have a specific beer?
My coworker Adalia, she's really pushed for the sympathy for the lager michelada.
Ooh, I would not have guessed that right away.
Yeah, I had one. I think one of the first places that she got them to feature it was out at Smoke,
Okay.
and I met her out there, and she insisted. I'm not a big michelada fan, honestly. I'd rather have a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
But it was really good. So we've been kind of
Can you be sympathy for the Lada?
sympathy for the Lada.
Yeah.
So she's really been pushing that into Mexican restaurants, places
Nice.
that micheladas are really a big thing. So
Oh, that's a really
Mexican
cool thing.
restaurants are a way to go because if they don't have a good michelada, then they're not a good Mexican restaurant. in my book.
No.
Micheladas and salsa. You gotta have those two.
I'm gonna
or
add.
you're not
I'm gonna
gonna
add
I
a
will
third
judge
one.
a restaurant by its
Margaritas.
salsas.
The tortillas, I feel like, are so
Yeah.
they trump it all.
If they're not
Yeah.
homemade,
Yeah. I've
Sometimes
had a-
the simplest things are the easiest things to
Yeah.
screw up.
Yes.
And you wouldn't think it'd be complicated, but
Yeah.
I've had bad tortillas before.
I think I pissed my mother-in-law off on Easter because they were making tacos in the morning, and her husband, my father-in-law, was sticking the tortillas and doing them one by one. She goes, "Look at this. He still thinks he's in the 50s. He heats them up on the skillet. We have a microwave right here." And I was just like, "Oh, you're gonna hate me. I'm taking his side on this."
Does she microwave bacon too and crap like that?
Probably. But we've also made a queso before with like real cheese and pico and threw in like some sausage, and she kind of made her own because she just wanted the Velveeta and the Rotel.
Velveeta and Rotel. That's all you need.
That's it.
I'm with the Ricos though.
Oh,
sorry.
Ricos?
Yeah, I like the Ricos.
Damn.
Gotta have that soggy nacho cheese.
That's kind of going back to the cheese that you have to unwrap the singles. It's the same.
I don't even know any of you. This is ridiculous.
Hey, but I don't like my tortillas in the microwave.
Okay,
I'm with you on that
all
one.
right. Can we all agree on that?
Absolutely.
Yes,
That is a big
all right,
no-no.
all right.
Yes.
So, Eric, when I was researching you online, I saw that you came down from Colorado,
I did.
from the Flying Dog Brewery. So, talk to me about the difference of, this is a stupid question, but is there a big difference in being a brewer up in Colorado and being a brewer down in Texas?
Not really. It's just, I mean, there's the obvious
Weather?
licensing differences,
yeah?
that make it, Texas a little more unfriendly as a state for consumers. You can't buy beer to go at a brewery, things like that.
Right.
A little harder to do self-distribution depending on the type of license you have, blah, blah, blah. But no, breweries, they're all individual, so it's more just about the kit you've got and, the tools you have to make good beer.
Are you pissed
And
that you
we have a great setup at Karbach. It's the best system I've brewed on ever.
Yeah.
And
Didn't you help design it?
yeah, I did. Yeah.
No big deal. No big deal.
Throw that out there.
Absolutely, but it's makes a difference too. I think you can. I mean, obviously, a good chef can make good food with limited tools, but when you have more enhancements, it's those finer details that can come through. So, but. Flying Dog was an interesting brewery to work for. I mean, being with Hunter S. Thompson and Ralph Steadman, and those guys were crazy.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting culturally. A little bit different kind of ownership structure too.
Right.
So both great experiences.
Are you pissed that you left like just before you could be high all the time, or?
I have my ways. Don't you worry.
Keyword is legal.
Legally.
Well, that's no fun, right?
I
then
know.
You're not living on the edge.
I know. I mean, Texas has got to be right around the corner.
I would have to
you.
think so. It's got a very libertarian bent to it, but. You look at gambling and, that's gone nowhere.
Yeah.
So a little bit different set of issues, but there's, that morality issue that I think plays into why that hasn't happened.
This can benefit the farmers. I feel like it benefits small business. I can open up a business. I think we should pass it, you guys. Come
High
on.
school parties.
Yeah. We can redo prom the right way.
Yeah, there you go.
We can come out with a special type of Boone's Farm.
Dry hopped Boone's Farm.
Dry hopped Boone's Farm.
Dry hops
Yes.
beer. There we go.
Oh.
Could you imagine infusing the two?
I feel like a dispensary right next to Big Hops would be
Oh,
like
Lord.
golden.
Okay.
There's no way someone would
Nobody
just come to
steal this
one.
idea.
That's right.
It's me and Brandy's first. Thank you.
Done. Thank you. Yep. All right, well, we're going to take a short break. We're going to hear about some beer news here from our sponsor, and we'll be back with some questions
More
that I have.
Beermosas.
More Beermosas. This is so good. You are listening to the She's Crafty podcast. I'm Brandi Dunnigan with your beer news, brought to you by Branchline Brewing in San Antonio, Texas. Our first order of news is New Belgium. It is their 25th anniversary, and in celebration, they are pairing up with 4 Old Belgium breweries for their 2016 Lips of Faith series. Don't you feel like that's kind of dangerous to get like your New Belgium together with your Old Belgium and in the same room, and they're all together, and then like your New Belgium will feel intimidated by the Old Belgium, and who knows how long before the new Belgium feels like the old Belgium, and then you wish that you were with the old Belgium because you have a history together. I don't know. It just seems a little dangerous, you guys. In other news, AB InBev has acquired another craft brewer. Devil's Backbone Brewing Company in Virginia is now a member of the Anheuser-Busch family. Do you think they're going to have to change their name? I don't know, maybe like Spineless Devil or... I mean, it was just off the top of my head. I'm not really sure. Also, if you haven't heard, St. Arnold out of Houston, Texas is introducing their 5 o'clock pills. That is really an odd thing. I never thought they'd get into prescription medication, but I'm totally for 5 o'clock pills. For 3 o'clock pills, 10 o'clock pills. Basically, anytime you want to give me pills, I'm fine with that. All right, that's all we have for your beer news this week. Thank you for listening to the She's Crafty podcast, and thank you for listening to the beer news brought to you by Branchline Brewing. Stay crafty, beer nuts. Donna, hand me a Branchline. You mean to tell me we still don't have any Branchline? We had close to 24 beers of Branchline yesterday, and that's my fridge. That's under my desk. I had my name on them. I bought a special Sharpie. How can I sit here and talk about Branchline when I'm not even drinking any Branchline? This is bullshit! Well, we're back from break, and I guess I was talking about Michelle's dad's relationship with her breast, and I didn't mean it in that way. I guess there's not really another way you can mean it, but I'm sure he didn't touch your breast. It's fine. Only when he was, if you had a cut or there's a Band-Aid needed.
Just stop.
Yeah, okay, all right, okay, all right.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, okay. No milking. Can you milk me, Greg? Do y'all remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Cats have nipples. I was milking them. Speaking of nipples, see, horrible with segues. I was looking at your Facebook this morning, and I saw all the beautiful taps at Little Woodrow's on Babcock here in San Antonio.
Yes. That was that's the biggest event I've done thus far in San Antonio. Oh. If everything would have been perfect, which we all know in the beer world it never is, it actually would have been the largest tap takeover that we've seen as a company. Yeah.
So how many? Okay, I know you ended up with 16. Is that right?
16 total.
So what's 17? One was a duplicate. That's
right. It was planned and scheduled to be 18, but we had a couple of circumstances that changed some things.
Yeah.
But I mean, 16 is still pretty incredible.
Oh yeah.
Getting a bar to allow you to do that.
Yeah.
So
were they selling anything like less than pint glasses last night so that you could try multiple beers last night?
They were allowing people to do tasters.
Nice.
But, I mean, a lot of the people that showed up for the beer. They knew exactly what they wanted, and so it was really cool because General Manager Jeff Reinsfelder and I, we talked about doing a beer week event. And I think a lot of people, I mean, if you've been to Little Woodrow's, they've got some craft beer, but he really wanted to draw some attention. Hey, like, come here for craft beer.
We can be a craft beer destination.
We can be this type of place.
Yeah.
And, he felt confident enough in the Karbach brand,
right,
to make people look that way. So
I think it's cool too because it's in a great location. And then when you go to an establishment like that and you do a tap takeover, people that don't go there for craft beer, they're going to see something like that on the wall and they're going to try something. Like they're going to say, oh, well, I guess I should try something, and get them out of
something new.
Yeah.
We definitely executed it perfectly. All the taps were lined up, and I gave them the specific order that I wanted them in. I mean, they were super great, from start to finish on planning and executing the event. The staff was super hyped up for it, and I do a lot of events around San Antonio, as you mentioned earlier. Well,
yes.
Myself and my clones.
Yes, all your clones, all your little clones.
But
Number 4, by the way, is a bitch.
What's that?
Number 4 is a bitch.
Number 4?
Yeah. She's got issues.
Something went wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, when I cloned her, I was on my period. So.
That's it.
Yeah.
I thought it was because her dad touched her boobs. Okay. No. All right. So back to your events.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's one of those things when you walk in and everybody in the bar that works there is excited about it.
Yeah.
The management's excited about it. The bartenders are excited about it. The servers are excited about it. That it happens a lot, but it doesn't happen all the time. So I mean, it was really cool, especially with such a big bar with such a big staff. I mean, I do events, with the big hops guys and stuff like that, but it's 3 employees or whatever.
Right.
So when you've got a team of like 60 people, all even the bar back's like, "Ooh, this is exciting."
Yeah, and it's a Thursday night. You're over by UTSA. You've got the big college crowd. You've got
turtle races.
Turtle races.
Eric has never seen the turtle races.
What?
I've heard about.
What is
read
this?
about this in here.
They basically.
You don't know about the turtle races?
No.
They have a circle that's about 15 feet in diameter. In the center of that, there's a little pedestal. And they have these turtles in a bucket that doesn't have a bottom, and they lift the bucket off this, this pedestal, and then the first one to get to the perimeter ring of this circle is the winner. And people, I can't say bet, but because it's a bar, but
they'll buy their friend's drink.
You bet on the number. The turtles all have a number on their back, like little race cars. And so you place your choice on which one you think is going to win, and if that one comes through, you get
a free beer.
Yeah.
So do they have names like Michelangelo?
Yeah, they do.
Leonardo.
Some of them have been around for a while. Yeah.
Some of the names are like James Franco's a fan favorite. He always wins.
Shut up. That's funny. He would always win.
I don't know if she's still around, but there was Mini Squirtle.
No.
Twerk.
Like it.
Yeah. Twerk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was Golden. I think. Forgive me. Maybe Golden Balls. I think was one of them.
Golden Balls.
Yeah. I went in the beginning and watched him a lot, but now I kind of
It's
I've
cool
seen him
though.
a bunch
You should
of times,
go check
so
it
I kind
out.
of just hang out and don't necessarily bet on the turtles.
That's really cool. I was thinking of doing the same thing, but with like a bucket full of strippers and glitter on the edge, and then the first one to get to the glitter.
Nice.
Yeah.
You wouldn't use blow instead? You want it to be a little slow. You want a little excitement.
Yeah, maybe we'll sprinkle in the blow if they get lazy.
There you go.
Yeah.
If after a minute no one's near the perimeter, then we do
just
that.
Sprinkle it in.
Yep.
They get out of their heroin state and like come back to life. Blow. Yeah.
I'm betting on Diamond.
Oh yeah. I'm bidding on Pussytronic. Yeah, I feel like she's got the drive, you guys. Major daddy issues. Yeah, she's got the anger. Yeah.
I always said if I was ever going to be a stripper that my name would be Laquifa.
Oh, please.
That would be my stage name.
Your song?
Oh.
Well, it was Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Oh, you took mine.
Yeah.
I just haven't thought about that, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Give you some time to ponder that.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a
We're gonna have
Karbach
to fight
one.
Laquifa for that song because
Sorry, all I keep thinking of is Cockadillo.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. We so at Flying Dog we had a beer called Old Scratch. And of course, the nickname in the brewer, that was just Old Snatch.
Old Snatch.
And then it just became Snatch.
Oh.
So
is that still around?
Oh.
that beer is, I think Flying Dog still makes it.
Speaking of
It was
Old
actually a good
Snatch,
beer.
The beer made with vagina.
Hey, well, you know, it's
What is
well,
that?
that's funny you mentioned that because a buddy of mine
I could see a lot of men
sent
behind that
me
beer.
Yes.
an email yesterday from Germany.
Yeah.
And he's a guy I went to brewing school with, and he was like, check this out. But I was like, driving 80 miles an hour down the road.
Right.
Didn't think it was appropriate to actually read the email.
Yes.
So and
you want to
then-
see your youngest get a second blowjob.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it.
Right.
So, so therefore it may not be true, but there was enough corroboration.
Okay,
I have no
I'm
reason
lost.
to believe it
Can you fill
wasn't.
me in on this?
All right. I got to find this story, but
I think I know where it goes because, you obviously have yeast down there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
somebody it was like the beard. Didn't somebody do a beard brew a few years ago?
Yeah. because you can basically take, can't you?
can take
somebody
skin.
brought up
There's yeast everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of stupid, but it just sounds fucking gross. Like, I don't know.
My wife got a yeast infection, so I brewed a beer.
Yeah, it's a sour. Thank you. Like, oh, nasty. Like, I don't want to have taint beer. Like, why do we want to have pussy beer? Like, that's gross. It's gross.
Well, and if my science background, serves me right, it's actually a type of wild yeast. It's a candida,
It
not
would be a
a
wild yeast.
Wild fucking
wild yeast.
but not a Saccharomyces
pretty
yeast
wild.
strain. So you're not going to get good flavors anyway. So I'm going to have to read that though.
Okay. You're going to have to give us an update.
A follow-up
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to be making a vag beer at Karbach anytime soon.
Thank God.
So don't get your hopes up.
Unless Caitlyn Jenner wants to make one. I feel like that would be some fresh yeast, like it's brand new.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Brand new. Oh, you could also make a taint with the same one.
No Vagmosas anytime soon.
That is an
Vagmosas.
interesting thing, though. So how do they set the microorganism balance down there with that? Because it's not natural. Like, do you get more or less yeast infections?
Don't you think it's just
in
a
that scenario?
marketing ploy? Like, they're just saying, like, maybe they used like a droplet of something, and who's the bitch they got it from? It probably
Right.
was La Cuifa. And like,
I'm betting on La Cuifa.
yeah, La Cuifa down here in San Antonio.
Hey, she said pour some sugar on me. She got it.
Oh, shit. Oh, I feel
Sugar
like,
is yeast food, of course.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, this is the downfall of everything. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the FUN series. So fun series. What does FUN stand for?
Fucking unbelievable nectar.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So, but you could also turn it into other acronyms,
other more boring things.
Yeah, but that's kind of what we were envisioning when we came up with that.
I love that. So the only thing that I've had is the BBH. I had the vanilla. I had the chocolate. Just recently, since I've just gotten into everything. But is there anything else out there right now?
Yeah, so we're up to 13 in that series. And BBH, we ran a couple times in that series. So we've actually carved it off into its own little grouping where it doesn't get a number. So they're sequentially numbered.
Right.
And so the most recent one, 13, was the Kentucky Habit, which was a bourbon barrel-aged quad. And the next one, back by popular demand, we did this one about 3-4 years ago, is the Roll in the Hay, which is a Saison aged in white wine barrels.
Damn.
That would actually be
delicious.
Good Mosa.
That would be a great Beermosa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't think I'd want to mess with.
You wouldn't want to
rolling
spoil
the
that.
hay,
Yeah,
no.
that's like, throwing, Dom around like when you've won something.
I'd want
I
some
wanna,
fresh. If I'm going to do that, or I'm made to do that, I'd make somebody like squeeze me some fresh squeezed orange juice. I want them to suck the juice out of the pineapple and spit it into my cup. It deserves that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I was doing an event, and this lady comes out, and she's like, "You've got to try this." And I'm like, "What is it?" She's like, "Just try it. Just try it." I smell it. I can't figure it out. And I know all the taps that they have on, so
Right.
I can generally figure it out. I'm looking at it. I taste it. Oh, I mixed BBH with an IPA. I'm like, why?
What?
Why did you do that?
Oh, that sounds so random. Oh.
Yeah, so people do weird stuff.
I'm more into like pairing, but not on like a foodie level, like on an at-home level. So I'll get like a nice dark chocolate that I had with the BBH, not with the chocolate, but with the vanilla. Like I liked doing that, like a 70% chocolate, and then like the cheeses. That's what I've kind of gotten into.
You've
Not
talked about
craft
cheese
singles.
quite a few times.
Cheese balls. No cheese balls. No cheese balls.
You have a cheese addiction, don't you?
I do.
Goat cheese.
I do.
Goat cheese is my favorite.
Yeah. I'm just down with all the cheeses. I'm go Bernie. I don't know. Like I'm down with everybody.
vote Bernie.
No. I'm not even voting.
kindergarten.
I'm not even voting for Bernie. I'm not voting for anybody. I don't
Doesn't matter here.
Shit, it
in
doesn't matter
Texas.
at all.
That's what was nice. That's what I miss the most about Colorado.
Yeah.
My vote mattered.
That's true.
Here it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. But this year, I feel like also like nothing matters. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's all bad choices.
It's all bad choices.
Yeah.
And I don't get political, but I'm gonna lay something out there. Did y'all know that Hillary Clinton used to be first lady? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Somebody told me that. I
For
saw it on
real?
BuzzFeed. Yeah.
Well, I did see.
Yeah.
So my kid posted, my older kid, the
Yeah.
responsible one.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
the one
yeah.
that got the blowjob.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
okay.
He posted something on Facebook this morning. I guess Hillary visited a brewery in New York, at Pearl Brewery, and she poured a stout.
Yes,
and it's like 3/4 foam.
It wasn't the meme like no wonder Bill cheated on her because it was.
Bitch can't pour the beer right.
I was like, well, it is a lot of head. Like I don't know. I don't see why you would have to cheat if that's what we're displaying.
She's
here.
trying to make up for it. See, Bill.
Yeah. This is what you could have, but you be playing. Right? Like, oh, dang. Well, that's the most political we've got on this podcast, besides completely annihilating Trump, because that's fun and easy.
Easy pickings.
Easy. So is this true too? Okay, when I was stalking you, researching you online, I saw on your LinkedIn that you speak fluent German. Ooh.
Das stimmt. Also, ich habe 4 Jahre in Deutschland gewohnt.
That's terrifying.
I
I don't know
only
what
know-
you said, but I feel very scared right now.
I only know the bad words.
You do?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Scheisse.
Cheisakov.
Yeah,
What does that
shithead.
mean?
Shithead.
Okay. Because you saw a coaster over here, didn't you,
Yes.
Nina? And what were you telling me about that?
I'm half German. My grandmother and my mom is from Germany.
Uh-huh.
So that side of the family is Schmaltz. Shout out. And
Shout out Schmaltz.
So yeah,
Cool.
I know some.
Yeah?
Just pretty much the bad words though. Other than willkommen.
Oh, yeah. I can get that
Auf
one down.
Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
You know, got a little bit of there.
Ein Bier, bitte. 1 beer, please.
Yeah.
Can I get a
there
beer,
we go.
please?
Yeah.
Got to be able to do that in
There we
any
go.
language.
So
Yeah.
we do have an annual Schmalt Fest at my uncle's house. He has a beer garden in his backyard. So I would love if you can come then.
Cool.
It's
You
in October.
I keep seeing pictures from
Yes.
that. Yeah.
know there's a Schmaltz beer, Schmaltz Brewery.
That's what
Yep.
she was saying. I think, is that what's on
Yeah.
it's on
in
the
fact,
coaster.
I think we've got one right here.
I'll grab one.
Hopamana.
Oh, yeah,
This
right
is
there.
Hebrew.
Yeah.
This is, I know this guy. He's
Yeah.
it's. Yeah, there you go. Drink Schmaltz.
There you go.
Ah.
Right there.
So you got to have that beer at your party.
Yeah, there we go.
Done and done. I had we've been doing this monthly series with Branchline Brewing here, and we've kind of dove really into heavy beer education each time, and we go over a different topic. Well, one time we had a tasting, and it was I'm gonna murder this. Is it a Rausch beer?
Rausch
Rausch beer.
Yep.
I had never had that. That was amazing. It was such a different taste. It was super smoky, and that with the whole cheese thing, it made me want to have like some sharp cheddar cheese. With that Rausch beer.
I've
Obviously,
never been a fan.
No,
I feel like all of a sudden we went back to the SNL skit about cheese balls.
Yeah.
Sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
I had a Rausch beer, and I paired it with a nice sharp cheddar cheese.
Yummy.
Yes, it was quite
Did it melt in your
fantastic.
mouth?
It melted all over my mouth.
Yeah.
And it
Was it creamy?
It was creamy. It dribbled down, and my friend said it looked like I had a pearl necklace. Yes.
Ah.
Yeah. Yes. You know about that, Michelle. Yes. Fantastic. Okay. We'll be back with our next guest.
All right, that was good. All right, that was fun. Well, I'm not fluent in anything except for Mexican cuss words, so that's it. That's all that I have.
Pretty important, though.
But I'm only fluent in that because I got called that like all growing up because I went to school on the South Side. And I don't even think I knew what they meant until like my junior year of high school. I was like, shit, that bitch hates me. She's been calling me this since I was in kindergarten.
Like puta?
Yep, a lot. Yep. Got that one a lot. Thanks, Nina.
Did you get in a lot of
Sorry.
like physical fights?
No, I ran.
So you were fast.
I was fast.
Okay.
Yeah. I was taller than everybody because I was white, and
Yeah.
so my legs were longer.
So you could outrun them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I got in 2 fist fights, but both were in elementary school.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you a
Yeah.
bully?
Not at all.
Doesn't sound like
no.
it. It sounds like she was
no,
getting the bullying.
I was not a bully. All of my trouble came from trying to fit in. Like, all of my trouble was all about, like, impressing people, and I was like a
Were
chameleon.
you in a gang?
I wish I was, right? Like, but did I mention I was white? Yeah, so I didn't get into any gangs. They would not let me
Should
in.
have started a white gang.
The only white gang to be in, I did not want to be in. I mean, that's like the KKK. And I grew up poor, and we only have 1 set of sheets. Like, we're not going to waste it on that. No. Mm-mm.
Your nickname was Weta?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My nickname was Weta. Mm-hmm. If y'all excuse me, I'm gonna go cry in the back right now. Having very bad.
I really want to see this letter someday.
I want to see this letter.
We're digging. I'm digging. We're digging.
Yeah, there could be
We're
some
digging.
nuggets
We're
in
digging.
there.
There's definitely some nuggets. If he's
4
remembered it all
pages.
these years, there's some nuggets.
4 pages.
Yeah, 4 pages.
Yeah, was your handwriting big, normal, or small?
I don't know. Let's
you
find
gotta
out.
remember
And was
what
it
you
on, like,
got me.
I wasn't bubbly.
Yeah, I know.
Co-
The bubbly I hated.
College ruled or
No.
ride
Yeah.
ruled. You probably had some scribblings in there, some drawings.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I can frame that.
Yeah.
Some doodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and him holding hands.
We think after probably
a broken heart.
your husband reads it, there's probably
Yeah.
going to be a wife swap episode coming soon.
Ooh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Well, I
But we
think
have
just on
to-
the mother-in-law front, this would be good. Because maybe actually you would
Yeah.
all would appreciate
Yeah.
each other's mother-in-laws.
That's good.
You never
know
know.
what? We could do a wife swap episode, but we have to agree beforehand to be total bitches. So then when they get back, they'll be like, damn, I missed you. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah. And you could just be like, yeah, it's normal for us. We have sex like once every 6 months or so. And they'll be like, damn, I have it good. Like, shit. I love my wife.
Yeah. Hey, at least we put the tortillas like on the stove.
That's true. I'm not some shitty wife putting them in the microwave. Come on.
HEB premium.
So Eric, at the Karbach Brewery, how many like things are y'all working on at one time that are not already out there that you're trying and developing?
Yeah, we've actually just kicked that up this year. You know, we've been in such a struggle to get capacity to where we can meet demand. Mm-hmm. And now that we finally kind of are there, we are working on, we have a new series called the Karbach R&D series, and we're debuting an India Pale Lager in about 3-4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And then we're going to be doing some experimental IPAs where we get new hops that no one else can get their hands on, either from Europe or from the U.S., and put beers like that out. We're going to do a cranberry goza come holiday time.
That sounds good.
So we're doing a lot of pilot brewing right now. We're going to do an anniversary beer,
that
a
confirmed?
quintuple IPA.
That's confirmed.
And we've had all kinds of fun with that.
Yeah?
Because everybody's like, well, there's got to be 5 of everything. Because, it's like, because, originally it's like, well, yeah, double IPA. Now there's like triple IPAs. Like, well, all right, we're going to really throw our junk on the table, and we're doing a quintuple IPA.
Hell yeah.
So 5 hops, and then somebody came up with like 5 sources of sugar. So we're going to have malt, and then we're going to add some sugar, maybe maybe a little bit of honey or molasses. And so this thing's just going crazy. But we just did a pilot of that, and came in. The original gravity was 27 Plato, which would
What is
get
that?
us in the like 13 to 14 ABV range.
Talk to me about Play-Doh.
Plato is so do you know what specific gravity is?
So I learned the term, but I'm not familiar with the actual definition.
So it's basically just the amount of sugar that is in the wort, the density, if you will, of sugar, which is going to be an indicator of how strong the beer is going to be. So like a Bud Light or something is going to be 10 Plato. A pale ale is going to be 13 Plato. An IPA is going to be 15 Plato. Double IPA might be 20 Plato. And really big, strong beers will be, 25 to 30 Plato. And basically that's 30% sugar in that liquid solution.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So it's it's the number one thing every brewer measures.
Yeah. And so that in turn would raise your
alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. The higher the Plato, the higher the alcohol.
Now, I'm a cider drinker as well. Have y'all thought about tapping into that, or?
We haven't. It's come up, but honestly, it just seems like we just haven't been able to keep up with what we've got. So, whether that's a blessing or a curse, I don't know. But a lot of these things, they kind of cycle. Like cider's not growing as much as it was. 2 years ago, it was session IPAs. Those have kind of flattened out.
Right.
Now the big thing is fruited IPAs.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, maybe we get into that, but then, that's passé in a couple of years.
It's like a fad.
Yeah, maybe. Exactly.
You gotta do what you
Berliner Weisses
like.
right now?
Huh?
Berliner Weisses are pretty big right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I think the one trend that I do believe in that's probably got some staying power is, everybody's saying Pilsners and those kind of beers are, really on the rise. And I at the end of the day, I like to drink beer. And if I'm doing a lot of it, I'd like to have something, lighter. Pale ale,
That's true.
Pilsner,
Pale ale,
whatever.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't session rodeo clown?
I don't. Some people do, but that just doesn't work out well for me.
Well,
I
it's
was talking
true.
about the 19.2 ounce cans the other day, and
Oh, yeah.
somebody said, "So you guys are gonna sell a DUI in a can?"
Yep, that's what Uber's here for, you guys.
mean,
yeah.
We're not really gonna be selling them in bars a whole lot. They're more retail for you to take home and consume.
Yes.
So I can't drink them in the car line while I'm waiting for my daughter?
No. When you're waiting to pick her up from soccer practice or whatever. Yeah, that probably wouldn't look good.
That'd be a really intense Shotgun Friday.
But that's what the brown bag is for,
All right.
Yep.
Take me back to the Schlitz days.
True that.
There you go.
Yes.
Give me some Schlitz malt liquor.
I was speculating on whether we could actually have a shotgun event with the 19.2s.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would go over really well.
You could still have some loyal Instagram followers or Facebook followers, kind of unofficially.
I feel like I could not promote that via social media.
I'll do it.
No, it's got to be all just, word of
Hey
mouth.
guys,
I'll do it for you.
Come
It's
on.
fine.
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, let her
I
do
got
it.
your back.
Yeah.
I got your back. I'll do it on my kid's trampoline, just so I can pass out on a nice surface.
I got
after.
a trampoline at home, too. Let's just make it a whole,
Yep.
It's
It's a trampy ththing to do.
yeah, very trampy.
Shotgun.
Yep.
Tall
There we
boys
go.
of rodeo clowns.
Yeah, we got to invite Laquifa.
Yep. Laquifa would
don't-
shotgun a lot of
I
shit.
don't have my own trampoline though.
I just want to bounce when I hit the ground. That's all. That's it, you guys. I've got I wanted to go through my Instagram because I was thinking she was talking about staycation, and I was thinking, that's one of the first ones that we have on our Instagram for She's Crafty podcast. And then over Halloween, we filled those HEB, like the ice chest that you can carry, like a big purse. Filled it with mother-in-law lager.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was so good. Because if I'm going to take my little shitheads looking for candy, I'm going to be drunk.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, shit.
Yeah.
That's not
I gotta
fun.
see, and you got to spend 2 hours beforehand helping them with the damn costume.
Yeah. And then chicks, oh my God, I was doing makeup and they wanted to look like zombies. So I was sticking shit on their face. And by the time we left the house, I think I had a 6-pack. So, yeah. Especially because Halloween was on a Friday or Saturday this year, something like
was,
that.
yeah.
Did you dress up?
This year I just did a bloody nose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't
I was too
slutty
drunk.
police officer.
I was a slutty Day of the Dead girl.
Slutty Superman.
Ooh, slutty Superman. Slutty Batgirl.
Have you tried to go shopping for just if you want to go just buy a Halloween
Slut
costume?
fest.
Half of them are
Slut
slutty
fest. Yeah.
blank.
Yes.
There's nothing
Yes.
for women. There's nothing. I don't want to show up to my family-friendly pumpkin carving event.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can
In the
show up
slutty
as
nurse
Laquifa.
costume.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
I've just started just doing makeup like I'm dead because the girls like it when I do anything, so I'll just do dead makeup, like zombie makeup. Or last year I had a bloody nose, like I did a drug
I almost
overdose,
did-
but they didn't know.
I almost did I'm a craft beer girl. I
Yeah?
almost did the craft beer guy. I was gonna get the beard and flannel. And
Please do
Like
that.
that.
Yes,
Josh
you
to
could
a
basically
T.
just be her husband. That was
That's
great.
what he is right
Yes.
there. Beard, flannel. That's him right there. You can just y'all.
And
can-
Josh also he drives the Texas beer
Beer
bus.
bus?
He doesn't drive. He does.
Well,
the
he does the
San
tour,
Antonio
yes.
touring
Yes,
of the Texas
yes,
beer
yes.
bus.
Doesn't drive it. Yes.
Which they do visit Karbach Brewing in Houston.
awesome.
But he does the San Antonio tours right now.
Very
so he is
cool.
the tour guide for Texas Beer Fest.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And so if you are listening to this podcast, if you can comment on either our Instagram, our Twitter, or our Facebook with your favorite quote from this episode, I actually have 2 tickets to be on that beer bus here
Yes.
in San Antonio. So if you can comment, these are going to be good comments.
Yeah, they are.
You got some
I
good
just
ones to
don't
choose
know.
from.
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
no idea
A lot
what
of good
would be the
material.
best.
I don't know. And our runner-up, we will also give 2 other prizes. We'll go She's Crafty koozie to our 3rd place winner, and our 2nd place winner will get 2 tickets to the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club, courtesy of Motor Mirth Defensive Driving.
Oh, I thought you were going to say second place got to go see Laquifa live.
Shit, that's like grand prize.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to take
yeah.
all the first prize winners from the
Yeah.
whole year and
It's gonna be a private showing.
Yeah.
from a private show.
Yeah.
I'll bring blow to get you excited.
I'll bring the
Please
glitter.
do.
Shake, shake, shake.
And if you have a 13-year-old son that I could give a blowjob,
Okay, all right.
that would be the trifecta.
Come on, he
We'd
was
have-
14.
I'm fucking sure I could adopt somebody.
14 Laquifa, get it right.
Sorry,
Damn it, my
sorry.
daughter's
Depends
almost
on when
12.
the birthday is.
We've got to lock him up, girl. Lock him up.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Note to self, my daughter cannot attend Eric's house parties. Only we can.
My youngest 6-year-old daughter, she's like striking beautiful. Like she's got gorgeous blonde hair, blue eyes, but her breath smells so rank and she farts all the time. And I sit in bed and I pray each night, dear Heavenly Father, let these farts and bad breath stick around.
You know what's going? At least till she's 18, and then
Oh, please, yes.
you know what though? Are you for real on that?
Yeah.
Dude, I bet she's
Yeah.
lactose intolerant. Because said youngest son
Oh.
that he also had that problem, and we
never
cut
even
the milk
thought.
out of his diet, and it
Oh my
made a
God,
huge improvement.
They're perfect for each other.
Perfect
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
each other.
Hey, my daughter just went to the gastro last
Yeah?
weekend, so
Yeah.
it seems like
Does she
we've got
eat a lot of
trend
cheese and
going
milk
on.
and yogurt and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that?
Oh, yeah.
Try scaling that back or going
Yeah?
like coconut
Obviously,
or
it's her daughter.
soy
Yeah.
tastes like garbage, but
I mean, she farts all the time. She'll like
Yeah.
get out of bed in the morning and just moving. She's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Take your I have a gastro for you. This is our PSA for the you know
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
the American
The
Soy Society or something.
gastrointestinal
Yeah.
Check your
Yeah.
farts, kids.
Yeah.
Check your
Yeah.
farts. They're
Yeah.
smelly. Mm.
CYF, kids.
Check your dairy.
Yeah. Check your dairy. Check your dairy. Check your farts. Oh, well, I did get her to try almond milk yesterday, so.
Did she like
Have
it?
You tasted
Well, it
it?
was the vanilla one, so she
Ah.
loved it. Yeah.
Because that's probably got the sugar in it
Yeah.
The chocolate one's really good too.
I know. I usually get the unsweetened vanilla, and my husband got like the vanilla. I said, that's like a fucking milkshake. Like, that is so good.
So her milkshake's not bringing the boys to the yard.
I hope not. Dear Lord. See, or maybe I just don't say anything, and I just keep giving her milk.
too. Yeah.
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 You're like that. What's the Gillian Flynn novel, the follow up to Gone Girl, with the psycho mom that poisons the daughter?
Yeah, that's me. That's
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I just thought of something. I probably should fix this, because if she has halitosis or keeps farting, that probably means she's not going to kiss boys. She's just going to blow them. So I should probably get this fixed.
Yeah.
All right. This has come full circle, you guys. I feel like this has been very educational.
Very informative at the end.
Very informative.
Here. Yeah.
All right.
Kids.
Certainly the most entertaining beer podcast I've ever done.
Yeah.
Glad we can entertain
I hope we learned a little bit tonight, you guys.
Laquifa, our pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So this is coming out on
I wish
April.
I could actually do that on command.
Do that? Oh, yeah, because
Instead of saying thank you, I just stand up. And
Nina just did it, and it blew my hair, like, to the side. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You got power in there. I don't know if I could wife swap. You might not get to go back.
Then you can deal with my mother-in-law.
Yeah. We'll get to this. We'll
Good
get
times.
to this. Support
Good
group,
times.
guys. Good times. Good times. So Michelle, talk to us about. Do you have any events coming up here with Karbach, or if it's easier, tell people where they can find you and follow you to find all those events.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff coming up, but by the time this airs and stuff, that'll all have passed. But a couple of really good ways to follow our events is to go to our website and go to our events tab. And that'll have the events going on kind of all over Texas, but you can click on the San Antonio stuff. We do have a San Antonio Twitter handle. It's Karbach SATX. And then, I'm probably throwing myself out here for a lot of weird friend requests. But my Facebook page, I do a lot of marketing and promotional stuff via my Facebook. That's how
we
you
met.
found me.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of friends, and I guess they're not real friends. I don't know.
You're really bragging right now. I feel really bad.
I've turned my personal Facebook page into a place for people to find out what's going on from Karbach. Our website's got, our events, and our Twitter tweets out the events, but, I'll check into an account that just brought in Hopadillo, and, hey, I'm at Pete's Ice House, and Hopadillo's now pouring on draft.
Right.
It's kind of, if anybody's truly a Karbach fan, it really, helps them know where Karbach is in their area, because as you know, I'm everywhere.
Everywhere. Especially with number 4, that bitch.
But yeah, I mean, if anybody, I pretty much accept all friend requests, except for those, those ones that are kind of, you can tell they're fake.
Oh, it's like the girls with the boobs out and the...
So...
Or catfishing.
This one came up. I don't know. I'm going to really embarrass myself here, but anybody ever see Vanderpump Rules?
Oh,
yes.
Bravo? Sorry.
Yes.
I love that show. I love that show. Love that show.
Jax.
Okay, as long as you didn't say Stassi.
No, I'm a big fan. Jax is very attractive. But I had a friend request come up, or not but a person you may know come up, and it was Jack's photo. Somebody took from the internet, different name on it, and we had a mutual friend. Which one of my friends is that retarded that they accepted this friend request? Because those are the people that hack all your stuff. And
I'm going to start a fake profile. I'm going to call myself Smerrick
I wonder
Smorner.
if that was my husband.
What is that?
Smerrick Smorner, and I'm just going to use all of Eric's photos.
I have been hearing that my husband looks like Jax, so maybe it was him.
Keep him away from me.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
No,
Saucy.
I say that because they're actually photos that I've seen of him on the internet.
Oh.
Ooh.
Damn. That's hardcore.
Catfishing, yeah.
Oh, that's bad. All right.
So as far as San Antonio Beer Week, what's been your favorite event that you guys have attended thus far?
I've had a lot of fun stuff. We did the relay races here a few days ago. They were kind of themed after our beers. Mm-hmm. So we had the 3-legged Lab Imperial Stout on the wall. So one of the legs was a 3-legged race. We actually had a few good sports and tried to lasso a keg.
Oh,
we put a keg out in the parking lot and made a lasso, and
nice.
That was fun. We did a sack race for Hopadillo because you have to hop.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
And I brought the staycation chair, the blue and orange chair that we have with our logo on it, and the kiddie pool on the can, and we filled the kiddie pool with balloons, and you had to grab a balloon and pop it on the chair. So it was a 2-person team, and you had to do that. David and I thought it was really fun and a really great idea. Apparently, there's not a whole lot of fun people out there because we only got a handful of participants. Last night, the tap takeover, at Little Woodrow's was huge. I mean, I don't want to overshadow any of my events. I mean, they're all great and
they're all different in their own right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always fun. I mean, I've got a couple of things coming up next couple of days that are potentially going to be crazy too. So. We'll see this Shuck Shack thing with 500 people.
Yeah. We'll have to get a recap on that because that looks amazing.
Yeah.
I love Shuck Shack.
I'm interested. We'll see.
And get
I'll
down
know
on
around
a lobster roll.
3 or 4 o'clock how crazy it's going to be.
I'll be watching for updates on that one.
Yeah.
So, Eric, I know, too, if people want to get out to Houston and go to the Karbach Brewery, what times and days can they usually do that?
So we're open every day.
Yeah.
And we do tours every day.
Nice.
So it's very friendly that way. Just kind of depends on what you're looking for. Like, if you just want the full immersion madhouse scene, come on Saturday. My guys in the retail operation are hating me for saying that right now.
Yeah.
But it's great out in the beer garden this time of year. Wednesday nights we just started doing a blues night. So we've got local and Texas blues artists coming through.
Nice.
Thursday night we have running club. We got yoga Sunday mornings. A little something going on every day.
Nice.
So,
and now y'all have food. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're just about actually to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of the restaurant being open. And
No.
So
What
good.
kind of food do you guys serve?
it's sort of traditional beer food, but with kind of an eclectic twist on it. Like
It's all made with vaginal yeast.
vaginal yeast.
We've got a pretzel with a boudin
Watch out
sausage.
for the bread they bring out, y'all.
We've got our best seller is a Korean fried chicken. So it comes with a kimchi. It's got a little kick to it.
Nice.
Our fish and chips is out of this world. We got
like
little
the gnocchi.
individual pizzas.
What was it that you like?
The gnocchi.
What is that?
It's potato pasta.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a pasta-y
Yeah,
type.
Oh, I've never had that.
thing.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's spelled in a weird way, so you
It's
probably think
Like gnome, the
GNOCCI.
GN thing.
Oh,
Yes.
I've seen that.
you've seen it, but it's pronounced
so it's
like,
not Nagachi. No. Okay. All right. Okay.
No.
Got it. I've always wanted to go have Nagachi at Karbach. Can I have a Karbach Nagachi, please? Thank
Or
you
Karbach.
so much. Karbach. Yes.
Let's make it really German.
Yeah.
And if people go out there, do they ever taste anything that's up and coming that hasn't been released? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we on occasion will do that. It's a little trickier now because we with our 30 barrel system, we could make whatever that equates to, 50 kegs.
Right.
But now with our newer system, that's like a couple hundred kegs.
Oh, wow.
That,
Yeah.
it's not really. It would take a long time to sell all that at
Right.
the brewery. So what we end up doing a lot of is special casks.
Okay. Yeah.
Like we're actually working right now on a cinnamon horchata bourbon barrel Hellfighter.
Yum.
And that might so like what we're gonna try that as a cask.
Yeah.
And if we like it, that could actually become one of the BBHs because our BBH, what we do is 4 times a year,
Yeah.
and it alternates between just the straight up regular BBH,
Yeah.
and then a flavored version. So the chocolate just came out. The next one's going to be the cherry bourbon barrel Hellfighter in September.
Ooh. Oh, that
So-
sounds good.
So we'll
Are we
try
not doing
things
a
like-
regular first.
Yeah, we'll do one in between.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the next flavored one will be a cherry one. So.
That horchata sounds.
So yeah, we'll try that, a cask, and
Yeah.
again, like Michelle said, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll tell
now,
people
if you
when
were
that's
to
coming
do a
out.
tour, like if you were to do like either on Texas Beer Bus or just go on your own to a tour, what can you expect with the tour? Can you see your behind the scenes, how you do your brew and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we have a really great tour. and our tour guides do a great job, and it's pretty in depth. It's a good 45-minute tour. You're going to see every aspect of the operation, and then it just sort of depends on the day of the week as to what you'll see actually in operating. But the fun part of the tour, the selfie madness part of the tour, is at the very end in the barrel room. Everybody is super
I've seen that picture over and over and over. I know we do.
Yeah.
It just smells great in there because you got all that wood and you smell the beer.
Yeah.
That needs to happen.
We have so many connections and we haven't gone.
We should take a road trip.
Yes.
Road trip.
Road trip.
Let's take a Karbach bus to go have some
you know
ganache.
What we should do?
We should do a podcast from
We
the
should
Verge.
go
That'd
to
be
the Verge.
fun.
You took the
That would
words
be
out
way
of my
fun.
mouth. Yeah, we
That
should
would
do
be
that.
fun.
We could take a road trip.
We could video our road trip.
Yeah.
Got a
There you
nice
go.
little fancy camera sitting in my closet that I don't do shit with. Come on, let's do
Yeah.
it.
I think
I have a
just got an
soccer
email
mom van.
today.
Oh, perfect.
There you go.
I got an email today. It looks like we're going to revisit something we did a couple of years ago. We did. We selected, our key accounts, our top accounts,
Right.
And our super crafty accounts, obviously, to go to the brewery and do it was a super intense hops education class with Eric, and then we then allowed them to pick whatever hop combination they wanted to dry hop their hop delusion cask. It was up to 2 pounds, and we realized that might have been a little too much.
Yeah, we're scaled that back.
Yeah,
But we did, I think it was like 5 in San Antonio.
that's really cool.
And before Big Hops relocated over here to Bitters, we were at the Broadway location, and Steve and his crew at the time, they were like 2 pounds of Citra. Boom. They were the only ones to go with the full 2 pounds, I'm pretty sure.
Whoa.
And it was good stuff. So
Dang.
but they were all, it's the same base beer, you know, so they were all similar but all different at the same time with the different hop selections. Nobody selected the same combination.
Right.
So we're going to do that again this year. I just got an email on that. So maybe when we do that,
That'd be
maybe
really
we can figure out how
cool.
to bring you along.
That'd be really cool.
And you can...
Yeah.
Learn about hops.
That'd be
Learn
amazing.
about hops.
I'm down to. That sounds hopadastic.
And badge beer.
Badge beer. Please, I'll only go if we promise not to make a badge beer, you guys.
I promise.
Well,
no badge beer.
Okay.
That's
All
the only
right.
reason I invited you.
Oh, damn it. I'll get over my fear of the vag.
Well, no, we were gonna ask you to be the
To be
donor.
the vag. Okay, then
Whole
that
new
changes
definition.
everything.
Definitely changes everything.
Do I get a T-shirt? Like, I went to Karbach and all I got to be was the vag for the
I am
vag
the
beer.
badge.
Yes. Official car. I'll get a
I am the
tattoo.
badge. Yes,
Yes.
that's it.
I'll get a
my.
fupa tattoo.
There we go.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you, Eric, for coming. Thank you, Nina, for just paying attention to my vague threats and being here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll fight it out in the parking lot. It's
Yeah.
fine. God, I
Same
hate-
as high school back in the day.
Yeah, hate you so much.
Okay, Weta.
Damn it. I'm going to cry. All right. Well, if you are listening, make sure to share this podcast with your friends. You can find She's Crafty Podcast on Instagram and Twitter at She's Crafty Pod. You can find us on Facebook at She's Crafty Podcast. You can also find us on Google+. Catherine runs that. And I guess she has nothing else to do with her day because nobody's on there. And you can go download our episodes at She's Crafty Podcast. We're also on iTunes, hungryrobotmedia.com, and the Tasty Podcast Network out of Austin. This has been so fun. All right, guys. I guess we'll see you around when we're making that vag beer. Peace out, beer nuts.
Shut up and sit down.